Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All You Can Geek Moviecast, episode 661. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gass, joined by Mike Sneedy,
What's up?
Corey Feinsod,
Hello.
and Tony Korkanakis.
Yo.
Welcome, guys. Welcome, listeners. Welcome, viewers. We are live on Twitch starting on Tuesday nights. We are live right now. Join us live on Tuesday nights. Join the conversation. A lot of fun. If you don't see the live streams, we're always on YouTube the following day. We appreciate you guys on YouTube, by the way. If you're watching this on YouTube, smash that subscribe button, give us a little like as well. Leave a comment. I'd like to hear from you guys. Appreciate it.
We appreciate the Twitch and the podcast, whatever app. Not just the YouTube people.
Ah, sure. Yes. Okay. Sorry to single out everybody. I'm sorry.
We can't put any one group above the others.
Yeah, exactly. We appreciate you all. How about that? So, welcome to 661 of the Moviecast, folks. Yeah, it's been a week, quite a week. I didn't get to see Blue Beetle like I wanted to see. My subscription for AMC runs out. Now. I'm on the last month now, so I do have the opportunity to go see that one, and I do want to see. There's one more. I'm gonna go see Gran Turismo. I'm gonna go see it. Why not? Okay. August 25th. I think it's this week it comes out, but I'll see Blue Beetle first. It looks like. So I mean, what I've watched this week, I'm trying to think like of note. I'm finishing up Picard. The show. It's very cool for Star Trek fans. If you're a fan of the old Next Generation show, it's a very cool reunion kind of thing going on. So I like that a lot.
You mean
nostalgia? Yeah, I had a good feels episode. The last episode I just finished. I was like, oh, there's the chills I got from the nostalgia of it. I'm like, ugh. You get the group back together again for the first time in like 35 years or whatever the hell it's been. It's been nuts. I don't know if it's been 35, but you know what I mean. It's been a long time. So
it's like what they didn't do with the Star Wars new movies.
They gave me that moment, at least for the people that are still around and active in acting and stuff like that, to give us that reunion I always wanted with this crew. So it's cool. My microphone's way back, and I apologize. I just realized that. So if I was soft, I apologize for those listening. Good. I also have my cat bothering the hell out of me while I'm talking right now. But yeah, so I don't know of anything of note besides that I've seen. But what about you guys? Corey, anything good?
Well, I did take my boys to see Blue Beetle.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, they loved that movie. They
really,
I think they think it's their favorite movie they've seen. So
really, gotten good. It's gotten really good reviews.
No, and I have to disagree. It was good. It had the ups and downs. It's basically Iron Man meets Green Lantern. That's who Blue Beetle is. But they did a good job of giving you emotional beats and action beats, and there was a little more swearing in it than I anticipated. But but yeah, it was actually pretty decent.
Did it have an Iron Man vibe? Like, did it really have that? I heard it had that kind of.
Every preview I ever saw, I was just like, "Oh, it's Blue Iron Man."
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, that's essentially what it is.
Mm-hmm. That's fine. That's not a critique. It's just
even like it's with Green Lantern powers, so it's Iron Man with Green Lantern powers.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
Because they basically can create whatever you can imagine. But no, like I said, it is actually pretty decent and one of the better DC character movies that they've done.
Yeah.
I think it helped since for a while.
How many years do we have to go back?
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a while. Like there's like, the thing is, this had more jokes that landed for me than the Flash, obviously, than Wonder Woman. It just it's crazy how bad these past DC movies have been. When you get this movie, which is not a great film, I didn't say it's great, but it was actually good.
Fun.
I'd say I liked it better than Aquaman. I liked it better than, I'm trying to think of like movies that were actually decent. I think it's on right up there with Wonder Woman, honestly.
Okay, wow. Okay.
Like I just the bar is so low. So.
It's true. But that's good. That's good. Good news. So
now
I want to go check that out.
Now, question. So I mean, potentially spoil, but like, how does this tie into anything that did exist or will exist? Like, is there anything in the movie that hints at any particular...
How would you even know either way?
In the trailer, we just heard like, oh, Batman's a fascist or whatever.
Right.
That is literally the most you get.
Okay, all right. So they leave it pretty open.
Yes, that's what they said they did. Okay. Any specific references they've
Right,
threw
and I mean the
out,
thing
and
is, I was asking was like, you know, Jason Momoa fucking show up, or you know, do we get another Wonder Woman cameo?
We
out of
don't get
nowhere?
anybody.
Good. Good.
Yeah.
That is good.
Other than just mentions like, oh, Batman, Superman.
Right,
Wonder
characters, but
Woman.
we're not seeing any specific
We're not seeing people.
celebrities as their roles, so that's good.
They left
That is good.
Yeah.
they were able to change the film to leave it open ended, so you can.
Yeah, no, and the
feel
thing is,
free
it was
to-
fun. Like it was just like a lot. It was just a lot of fun. Like for a movie that was, you know, probably didn't really matter the character all that much. It was just like a good fun time. So
Yeah, that's good. Excellent.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, Tony.
Nothing to I don't know. Continuing Harley Quinn, which is a very funny show.
Yeah.
But again, the violence is just really,
Over
really
the top,
off-putting. Like it, because the thing is, like now I'm getting into that arc where like Harley's, oh, I'm not like a kind of like how we always joke about, like I'm not a bad guy, I am a bad guy, you know, and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just like, you know, she brings on this character is like, yeah, fuck everybody, like, just like you're just like, Jesus Christ, like, okay, you know, whatever. So I get it. It's for shock value. There is a little bit less of it than like the first 2 episodes or whatever. So I'm hoping this is where like they start weaning off of it, or you know, if it's every now and then, I wouldn't mind it. But it's just like I just don't want to see it every single episode, right? Where it's
You
just
know,
like,
I feel like the later part episodes and seasons don't have as much violence. Are they integrated enough to where it's part of the comedy? Like really, so you don't know, it's not as over the top, because I don't, you're saying like really violent, I'm like, I don't remember the show being like that in my mind, and I remember I stopped watching The Boys because I'm like, this is just too much. But I know that it had to be when it started. That's what I'm thinking of.
like
so,
literally, so the episode I just watched was they had to go in and steal some weather machine that no other supervillain could do, and they get caught sneaking in by like some person that they're having like a family reunion thing and whatever, and this is where they bust out Queen of Fables or whatever. And she's like, "Oh, I got this. You guys go ahead." And then she summons
the
like
entire family.
yeah, murders the entire freaking family, and then
Extended
summons
family.
extended family, and then summons like the 3 little pigs to like eat their corpses, so there's no you know, evidence left behind.
That,
So
I mean,
it's
that
like,
one was definitely, yeah, that was.
I think after the Queen of Fables storyline, I think it's different violence later on. Because you're right. As soon as you said that, I remembered that, but I'm like, I don't remember. Like going forward, Corey, you've seen like a lot of these, right? I don't feel like that was a major part of this show later on. When it got like season 2, in my opinion, is like where it like really hits its good stride. Like I really enjoyed season 2, and I don't remember the over the top. There is, but there's not like exceptional amount of it. Yeah.
It's just weird because like
Gratuitous.
they're being a little inconsistent about it too, which is fine because like that hopefully means they can wean off of it a bit. But in like one episode, we have King Shark, like he just like walks into Wayne Enterprises and like bites some dude's head off that's like at the security terminal or whatever like that. And it's like, oh, okay, I guess he doesn't have any reservation about killing. But then like at the end of the episode, like the mind control guy just like, you know, steals some dude's police officers' guns and like makes them dance, you know, by shooting at their feet and then lets them run off. So I'm like, well, are you guys like what's going on here? Well, whatever. It's not that big of a detail. It's just my personal thing there. But yeah, the storylines are all fun. The plot lines. Kite Man is just.
Oh, he's awesome.
He's great.
He's just so
He's great.
fucking funny.
Yep, he's
Like,
great.
He's just so like, oh, you know, like every time he's on screen, I'm like, you go, dude. Like you do you, you know, and stuff like that. And then Poison Ivy just being so disgusted with herself at the same time. Like when he's like, "Are you embarrassed to be with Kite Man?" It's just like, okay, like yeah, I guess so. But
yeah, no, I think I enjoy his character quite a bit. So that's one of my favorites of the show. But cool.
Yeah, but that's it for me.
Cool, Mike. Anything?
Nope.
Okay.
No
All right,
time
box
for
office,
that.
like we mentioned, was Blue Beetle opened this week to $25 million. Not a Not a-
very disappointing.
Well,
But
actually-
good movie. I recommend you guys go seeing it if you're.
No,
you know,
I want to
wanting a
support
good
my
time.
boy. Like, what's his name?
Yeah.
Zolo. Yeah, I gotta support my boy. So.
Yeah, I mean, 43 million worldwide. It will not do where it wants to do. I mean, it had a $100 million budget plus you figure 100 million for the marketing. It will not make that money back. But hopefully,
I think not in the theater it won't, but I think
no. But I mean, hopefully,
streaming,
word of
video, all that
mouth.
stuff.
Word of mouth could keep this thing okay as long because it has had pretty good word of mouth. But I don't know how long. We'll see the holds. We'll see the holds next week. That's really who's going to tell what it's going to be able to do. If it's going to really flop or if it's going to just be middling. And yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
I do find it funny. Like, the cult is just unbelievable online for this. Like James Gunn, I follow him on Threads, and he made some post about like I forget what he was talking about, something with the movies, and some guy randomly commented on like, stop making flop movies that are bombing in the box office and go back to the regular DCEU, and I'm like, are you kidding? What in the hell does that have to do with
this?
Yeah, but he's being blamed for these flops, so.
Right,
But the thing is,
he made them all.
Yeah, but so the thing is, I mean,
He's a little responsible.
But
He's-
how? But he's also not the one that
He
made these
poured,
movies.
he
Mike.
poured water all over the universe, so anything that's from before what
that
he
was
made.
happening either way, dude. Like, I don't know how.
Not
you
that
need to tell-
much.
Yes, dude. I don't understand how you can be that delusional, where you think if James Gunn didn't accept this, that they wouldn't have just wiped the slate clean. There's zero chance in hell they would have kept
That
going.
was their plan. That was
We're
not
gonna talk
the
about
plan. You saw it there.
the plan.
Everyone that's
What?
no,
What
it
was the
wasn't.
plan?
Flash was chock full of all of the previous actors for a reason, and they
Zack
even cut
Snyder's-
back on it.
Zack Snyder's roadmap was all about, and this just came out last week. His roadmap was about rebooting the characters.
Zack Snyder wasn't there
Zack Snyder
anymore.
got booted
But they
like
still
5
were
years
moving
ago,
forward
dude.
with what was
I'm saying-
happening.
But I'm
This
saying,
isn't about Zack Snyder. This is about
that
the
would have been
universe they
that
had.
would have been the path had Snyder stayed in power. Like that would have
It's
been.
not about him staying. He hadn't been in power for a long time. It's not about him. It's about just throwing water on everything that they had going, even post
I mean,
Justice League.
I mean, to a point, I can't say it hasn't killed like interest. That your interest is dead for certain movies, but like overall, I mean, he had nothing to do with making of these movies, and that's what
I
it seems
know.
like the cult is attacking him for.
Because he pretty much put out there anything that he didn't have anything to do with, won't have anything to do with what goes forward. So why would he
here we go.
bother?
So he made a comment, and then we can talk about this a little bit. We'll go back to the box
Talks
office
too
in a
much,
minute.
honestly, too.
Look, he does. He likes to talk, but he did say like he made a comment on Threads because I don't think he talks on Twitter anymore or
No, he
X,
does.
whatever the fuck you want to call it. Oh, he does. He said I want to make Chris Pratt work more days. I'm not letting him off that easy. That was in regards to somebody asking about why Star-Lord never had his helmet in the recent film. It was a joke, obviously. He was joking with the situation. And then one of the guys commented, he's like, "How about you make a damn good movie instead of having all bombs at the box office, talking about DC?" Like, just what are you doing here? I mean, what are you doing on this comment? Seriously,
What are you doing paying attention to this?
I like to read the comments sometimes. I like
But
to
you're
see
the one
it.
that engages with people on Facebook, dude.
So?
Yeah.
That's that pot calling the kettle
Twitter-
black, dude.
No, it's not. No, because Twitter, you seek people out specifically.
No,
Facebook
that's not
just
how this
shows up.
works.
Yeah.
No, it suggests people to you, so you end up seeing threads like you're like, oh, let me take a look at this, and then you go into it. That's what happens on Twitter, like quite often, and sometimes it's shit that it gets. Nowadays it's been really bad, but yeah, I mean I don't know. There's a lot of comments that I hate comments based on him. Somebody called his wife ugly, and that
That's what you get, man. You get internet
No,
trolls.
I mean, this is
That's
Twitter,
what
man.
this is.
I don't
What
know
you
why
can
this is a
expect.
thing. Like,
I mean, you can
he
find
talks a
any
lot.
comment.
He's very active, and this is what's going to happen. So,
Yeah, any comment you want to find,
the
you'll be able to
internet.
find it
I
on
don't know.
Twitter.
I don't know what
Yeah.
you're.
I mean, I'm happy
Yeah.
that like he's. I don't know about his comments about Chris Pratt. There was comments about like if you would cast him as himself in the DC universe, and he said I don't want to just waste him casted as himself. Yeah, they were joking about that online. His response was weird though. His response was I don't want to waste him casting him as himself. That was how he responded to somebody, which brings up the.
It's a decently logical response. I don't know why it warrants a response.
It brings up the well. What is he being considered for? Yeah, that's what it brings up, Mike. That's what I'm saying.
No,
like,
I really think he would do better to just not, you and he to not engage, because
engage in
anything
it,
he
yeah.
says is just going to fall into the
engaging with him.
narrative that he has his same group of people. He's just going to do Guardians of the DC universe, and that's all he's going to do. And anything he says is going to just feed into that, true or not. So I don't know. I don't know why he's bothering, just basically trolling himself at this point by talking so much.
I disagree. I mean,
He's
I
allowed
actually
to
enjoy
talk
people.
and he's allowed to engage in fans. Who cares about?
I
What the
actually
fucking
enjoy
fans
him.
say?
Oh yeah, and I'm allowed to do
responding.
stuff on Facebook without whataboutism thrown in my face. So whatever.
You're the one that
like-
commented on Jim reading Twitter or Threads or whatever, dude. It's the same thing.
Yeah, well,
it's owned by the same
you're looking at-
company.
I don't care about the companies. I don't follow companies like you do. I don't care about that. The point
What are you even
is,
talking about, dude? Facebook
I don't
and
come on
Threads,
here and talk
the
about
same
LeBron
thing.
James
The
fans
same
on this
thing.
podcast. I don't
They're
come in like,
literally
you
the
know,
same thing.
it's not the same thing.
It is the same thing. Oh my god.
It is not.
So
Next podcast, I'll talk about LeBron James fans I correct on Facebook every now and then.
No, I'm
Okay,
just saying,
well, I'll do
I'm
that
not
next time.
Actively correct. I'm not out correct. You're like, I'm giving you comments that people made up. I've never actually commented. I don't engage. So I don't know what you're saying.
But
Like,
I mean,
I'm
why
just
do
reading you
you
the
care
comments.
so much about random
just giving-
people?
That's what I'm giving you the comments. I'm just reading what they're saying. I'm just reporting the news, right?
How
This is what
fucking
news,
dare
though.
you read, Jim? How fucking dare you?
Because you're giving them more credit than they deserve. I mean, again, you can find any comment you want.
Yes, you can,
You're not
but it's
wrong.
very active. You're not wrong. You're not wrong about that. I'm just saying, it's very active. And my cat's getting restless. She thinks I'm getting angry right now. But,
Yeah, for
it's-
reading, dude.
Yeah, I don't understand. I'm
How
just
dare you?
Oh, and then my cat's on my lap.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yep.
All right, but all I'm saying is, Mike, is that get off my headphones. Is the comments for these things are just kind of out of control in terms of what's been going on. So I just feel like I don't know. I just
It's
well, it's what
whatever.
happens.
And
You
if it
get
doesn't
DC
bother Gunn,
fanboys
it's fine. Yeah.
that don't
And
have
then
good
they're always
movies,
going to exist,
so
and
what
I
else
get
are you gonna
that.
do?
I get they're
There's-
always going to exist. I do.
They're always
I
gonna
just, I'm
exist,
trying
but
to. Yeah,
Gunn has a
the
thick
Snyder,
skin so far, and whatever.
the Snyder cult, but I enjoy but don't fault him. You're faulting him, Mike, for engaging with people, and I love that. I think it's great. If he wants to keep doing it, it's fine. It's not
I think
affecting
part
him.
of his communication, though, is what hurts these movies that are coming out now. Now, maybe who cares,
I
because
think you
it's
got
not
it,
his,
though.
it's not what he's looking for, so whatever. But I think it absolutely him putting out there how he's recasting, he's doing everything, he's not involved with any of this, but he's building a world. All of that basically says all these movies don't matter. And if he said less, maybe at least there'd be a little bit of ambiguity about where these movies are, and maybe they would have done better.
So that
don't
to
know.
you is worth more, or weighs more than the last 4 years of DC movies just being shit.
What 4 years of what movies?
DC
Which
movies. DCEU movies.
So the Batman was shit.
That's not a DCEU movie.
So I mean, there hasn't been that many movies in the past 4 years.
By the way, I did rewatch that.
There was
movie.
like 6 movies released
watching.
in 4 years, at
There's
least.
been a few, yeah.
There's been a lot.
There have been like
And
2 every year.
they've all
What are you
been-
talking
There
about?
James Gunn, Suicide Squad. What else?
There's
Woman
The Flash,
84,
I mean,
The Flash,
Wonder Woman
Shazam,
84.
Black Adam, Shazam 2.
Black Adam.
Okay.
Yep, Shazam 2. So I mean, I know that I by the way, I did rewatch The Batman recently. Actually last week. I put that on. Great movie. Great movie. Watching that again was fantastic. That's such a great universe. Holy shit. Looking forward to the sequel to that. But not involved in the DC universe now. But if that's going to do well, that sequel, Mike. So you're saying that sequel is going to flop. That's going to flop because of what James Gunn said.
It's not coming anytime soon. We know that because he's pretty much told us that.
That's in production, active.
I
Without
thought
the
he
strike
said it
going
was
on.
not.
No, Matt Reeves has it written. They're casting. It's actively in production. That will be out very soon.
That was one of those things I believe he said is secondary to the stuff he's coming out with first.
No.
As far as the release slate.
No, that's got its own thing and is progressing exactly the way they want. They're not gonna. First of all, the studio Warner Brothers is not letting you backburner that movie after having
Warner Brothers, the studio doesn't know what they're doing, so I don't care
I'm
about
just saying,
them.
they're not gonna make. They need money, Mike. And what made the money? The Batman. So let's go and get it back out there for a sequel.
Barbie.
Sure, I'm not. Yes, absolutely. But anyways, let's go back to the box office. Barbie was number 2, 21 million. Oppenheimer number 3. Turtles at 8.5. million. Did 88 total gross now for domestic. It's pretty damn good. Strays at 8.2, which is a weird movie. I don't know why that movie exists, but that's just the comment I can have for that movie. Rated R, animated dog rescue.
Really animated.
It's a CG, isn't it?
No, I don't think so. I mean, there's a lot of it, but they're like real
They're real
dogs for
dogs?
parts of it.
Okay.
Yeah,
So I don't know. They voiced over. That's right. They were doing the voiceovers of them, but
yeah.
yeah. So, all right. There's your box office. Opening this week, like I said, was going to be Gran Turismo, which they've had some marketing for that. So we'll see what that does. Do we expect Barbie to kind of just hold on to number one again?
Probably.
I mean, not again, but back to number one.
Yeah, probably.
So we'll see. But all right, let's get into a little bit of news here, like we mentioned with James Gunn. We mentioned Zack Snyder plans, how he was going to reboot, but it was basically to avoid like too many actors reprising their roles too much. They can just recast as a new actor, new Batman in the universe kind of thing. That was his plan.
Oh, that's weird. That's so weird.
Yeah.
He came to that conclusion. That's so weird.
I mean, it's a great plan. You can't have like, Marvel would.
He missed
do
about
well.
8 years of his plan to get to that point,
Oh,
but
sure.
yeah.
But Marvel would do well with like planning on replacing actors. Like, Chris Evans doesn't want to do it anymore. So like, they have, but just saying there's a lot of.
No, I
aging
don't know
actors
if he
with
would
that
want
one.
to do that.
So,
Well,
I don't know.
there's an interesting rumor. I mean, I don't know if I would say rumor, but there was something that was making some circulation on Twitter, I think, or whatever like that, that people are claiming that Secret Wars is actually going to be a big MCU
Oh, yeah.
reboot.
So, Mike, this is the news I forgot to put on here, but man, Mike, this is the news you got to hear. Okay. Secret Wars is the complete closure of the Fox universe. The X-Men are in that movie, from what I understand. Like, Cyclops, the
I
actor.
hope so.
Yeah.
especially with
No,
what
I
the
mean those,
comics
but
represent.
his X-Men. I'm calling them your X-Men, Mike, because you love that set. You did. You can't argue it.
The original X-Men.
Yeah,
That's
the original X-Men, and I appreciate them as well. Don't get me wrong, but they are going to be in that movie as their closure for. That's like their send-off movie with Secret Wars.
No, this movie is. I thought
Mhm.
we had that TV show already.
Sure, I mean, we're gonna get it a little bit with Deadpool 3, but apparently Secret Wars is finally.
Secret Wars is different from Secret Invasion.
Secret Wars. Oh, I'm sorry.
Sure,
Did you
right,
think it was?
yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
It's
I
all
didn't pick up what you
fine.
meant.
No,
I know,
I
it's
don't
all
understand
confusing to
I'm
me.
just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, Secret Wars, though, depending on what Secret Wars they're following, it's gonna be.
I
completely
also know
different.
there's a Secret War and a Secret Wars in the comics, and that was very confusing as well.
Yeah. So it looks like they're gonna just bring everybody together. You have Tobey Maguire. It sounds like. In this as
Sounds-
well. Chris Evans back. Robert Downey Jr. back. This movie, $2 billion. What do you guys think?
Yeah,
I don't
$2
think it
billion to
exists.
make or $2
Sounds-
billion
No.
to come.
To
This
make-
sounds fake to me.
No,
It's
I just because you're getting all these people to come back doesn't mean
If-
it's gonna be a good movie.
but if you have Robert Downey Jr. reprising, Chris Evans reprising, Tobey Maguire in the movie, Andrew Garfield in the
absolutely.
movie,
If you have all the
original
names, you're
X-Men.
As long
How
as
is
it's a
that
good
not
movie, yes,
$1 billion?
absolutely,
Like,
absolutely, absolutely. I mean, we
Because,
saw
I
what
don't
the
know.
Power 3 Spider-Man could do, so
Mhm.
you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, but
That's what I'm saying.
part of the appeal of that was they were there and they stayed there, and there was like few enough where they could actually do stuff. Like,
They didn't
I don't
even
know,
appear
what
until
this-
like the last third of the movie, though.
that's fine.
But
They still were there more than a cameo. If you have this roll call list of characters here, I don't see how they aren't just weird cameos.
I'm just saying, like, if No Way Home can get away with having those characters in just the last third of the movie, which is really just the climax there, then if each of these
Yeah.
roles just gets a third of the movie, that's fine. And you could split them up. Like X-Men is a team. You could have them do something, and that's it. That's their part in the movie. It's a send
We don't know what's gonna be
We'll
about.
see.
We'll see.
Like I said,
We'll
it's
see.
still got to be a good movie. 'Cause
No,
just
absolutely. I
'cause
mean,
you
if it's a
got
shit
stuff
movie,
out-
then yeah. I mean, you're gonna. I'll reference Justice League. Look at that, Justice League. You know, go ahead.
Exactly.
You get a big opener, and then it's like nobody cares about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's got to be a
Yeah.
good movie.
So, all right. Other news, Mike. We talked about Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman 3. We've talked to this in Discord a little bit.
Yeah.
Gal Gadot. obviously coming out saying that they were working on it. He has talked to her about this role. That was confirmed by him. Yeah, he has talked to her. James Gunn has talked about it. But apparently Variety is reporting that it is not even on the horizon. That's what they're, so big report. We were talking about it a little bit.
Yeah.
Like I said on Discord.
So, again, it seems to me like either Gal misunderstood James Gunn, or she's trying to pull some rock nonsense where she's speaking it into existence.
Or she's involved in other projects, and then that movie leads into it.
Right, that was my whole point. Like, I believe, and I didn't go and look back the quotes because I had better things to do, but with that, I mean, she could actually be Wonder Woman and just not be in Wonder Woman 3. Like, there's nothing that's contradicting that right now. She could be, continue her cameos, right?
Flash.
Exactly. She could continue her cameo streak and just cameo in all these fucking movies, right? She was in Shazam 2, right? Wasn't she?
Yes, she was.
Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. All right. Let's see. We also have the Scott Pilgrim teaser came out, which was incredible.
Oh,
the Netflix
awesome.
animated.
So good.
Netflix animated. When is this coming? It's November?
It's pretty close. Yeah, 2 months.
I think it's November. But it's all the original cast back to voice their characters in an animated show on Netflix. It looks amazing. Like I just cannot wait for that.
Original cast, the movie. Yeah.
Of the movie. I'm sorry, of the movie.
And Edgar Wright's involved in this also.
Oh, good.
Director.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yep.
So yeah, it's incredible they got all those people back too.
Who are not cheap these days because they all got successful after that movie. So
yeah. But I'm sure they're all. This is like the buddy thing. Like
sure. I mean, I think that goes to show that it was a passion project for most of these people, and they had fun doing it because why would they come back if they didn't, right?
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, that's cool. It's really neat.
So, lastly in the news, I've got Tom Holland. This is my time to shine. Who I follow on Twitter, who's leaked a lot of things and is pretty accurate in their leaks. I have to say, quite accurate. Tom Holland to play Jack in Jak and Daxter, the movie from Sony, directed by Ruben Fleischer, from Venom and Uncharted. It's a live action movie. I'm guessing there'll be CG, obviously, if he's saying to play. They're also saying Chris Pratt is voice Daxter, which leads me into my question of why is it always Chris Pratt? Why is it always Chris Pratt?
Both of these sound like a joke to me because, again, Tom Holland is just going to ruin every Sony movie adaptation.
Yeah.
Tom Holland hasn't been good in anything except for Spider-Man, by the way. Everything else has been a flop that he's been in.
What? Uncharted made money, dude.
Uncharted's getting a sequel.
Did it?
They greenlit a sequel for it. It did so well.
Uncharted just did better than fucking Indiana Jones, dude.
I'm not saying it's a good movie, but I'm just saying that it did very well. Unbelievably. But yeah, I mean, him voicing a character and Chris Pratt voicing a character. I'm sorry. Chris Pratt voicing a character is the unshocking news or shocking news. I don't know. But this is going to be a live action movie with Chris Pratt's character being CG, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, you called it, Tony. Like all these studios, they can't come up with any original ideas, so they got to pull from somewhere else. And so books have been tapped out, and now we're going into
books and comics.
Tapped out all of books.
Is there anything for is there enough interest in the Jak and Daxter games to I mean, listen.
Was there anything in Gran Turismo, dude?
No.
I mean, Gran Turismo not now. Before maybe PlayStation 2 era, sure, that was huge. But
but I mean, like for a movie, like being like, I want to watch a movie.
Okay. And Churro, thanks for. Yeah, let me just say, Churro, thanks for joining us, Churro, on the chat. Churro said it didn't mind Uncharted movie, but I didn't play the games. Jack is silent in the first game. And that's true because I was going to say, I remember talking about the first game on PS2 at my old job at EB Games when I was manager there. And one of my employees there was hardcore into those style of games. And he would just talk for hours about this game. So I've never played the Jak and Daxter games, but I know plenty about them because of this guy. And I'm like, he's just quiet. He's a quiet. Has he?
Well,
has
I mean,
he
it's
even
the same thing that you're gonna see with like a Zelda movie. You're gonna get people talking in it, even though they don't actually necessarily talk in the games.
Yeah, it's just kind of a weird.
Well, with the Jak games, to my understanding, I've never played them, but they got kind of darker and grittier as they went on. Just the cover art's basically there was some meme where it's Jak, in the first one, and then you look at Jak in a third or fourth one, he's like punished Jack, where he's got facial hair, maybe a scar or something. I was like, what the fuck happened to Jack, dude? You had a rough couple of years.
Yeah. No, definitely they've evolved. This was the game that came out on PS5, which this is the instant load game, right?
No.
The new one of this?
No.
Oh, that's
Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet and Clank. Okay. I'm trying to think of
Right?
what they I thought they made
Those
Jack and
bleed together in my mind as well.
I'm pretty
No,
sure
Jak
it's
and
Ratchet and Clank.
Daxter is the Naughty Dog game.
Yeah.
I know what it is. I just thought that they
Oh.
made
No, it's not
it
Ratchet.
was Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet,
It was
yeah.
Ratchet and Clank. Yeah. Okay. So they haven't made this game in what? They made the third one, I think, on PS4. Was it even on PS4 or PS3?
Nah, they
Been
made
a
other
while.
games.
I know there was like a Dexter only game on PSP
weird-
or Vita or something.
It's just a weird franchise
Sure.
to be pulling from, in my opinion, because it just hasn't been touched in a long time.
Well, yeah, because
Oh,
they
they
moved
ported-
on to
thanks to-
Uncharted.
Thank you, Chiro. They ported to PS4. And like I knew it was out there, I saw it, but it's just a weird franchise to pull because like Gran Turismo, you could say like, okay, well they pulled Gran Turismo into a movie, yes, but that's a big franchise for them. Is so that's the
Well, I mean,
thing. I'm just
so okay, let's look at it logically here, right? Okay, so again, this is a rumor, but I mean, this is one of those things that makes sense. Okay, so Sony has obviously contracts with Tom Holland, right? Spider-Man, Uncharted,
Yep.
all that stuff.
Yep. Oh, they
Good
work with him like
relationship.
crazy. Yeah.
So that makes sense that they would get him to do this, right? Again, Sony has been quoted as saying in their financial investor relations reports that they are absolutely farming their content to expand it to TV and movies, animation, etc. So yeah, that makes sense too. If they did Twisted Metal and they did Gran Turismo, Jak and Daxter, I'm sure they'd probably look at the performance of Sonic, and especially now Mario, where it's like, we got a mascot character we could use. We can pay Chris Pratt. We got Tom Holland. Let's get the two most likable white dudes in Hollywood and just put them together in a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, and
Yeah.
the video game movie adaptation is kind of booming right now. So, well, it might as well strike while the iron is hot, as they say. And
Right?
Yeah.
I'm sure they have plenty more in the pipeline that they're.
Oh, I'm sure.
We're
Not just
getting
them.
ready.
Not just them.
Right.
I'm
Yeah,
sure there's
no,
plenty of
exactly.
videos.
Right? And
As
if
long
they,
as we can get the actors and the writers back,
right? And
we might actually have content.
absolutely. And
Yeah.
all they need to do is they just need to time it with some, collection thing on PS5 or available on the PlayStation Plus catalog, where the hell they call it,
I mean,
these days. And stuff
Ratchet and
like that.
Clank had an animated movie also.
Oh yeah, we forgot. Thank you,
Right.
thank you. There you go. So I mean, Jak and Daxter is next. I'm just personally waiting for the Bloodborne movie. So
Well, there you
I'll be
go.
happy then.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Yep.
Just forget the Bloodborne. Just give us Elden Ring. It's a grand,
That's not Sony
epic movie. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
Demon
I don't care about
Souls,
Sony. I'm thinking
Bloodborne.
that genre though, like epic movie.
though.
that
Okay,
is
I mean,
so-
I wouldn't say no to that either. But
by the way, I can't even talk about that. Elden Ring 2.
Movie where
I
nothing
can't-
happens.
Elden Ring 2 is like in production. I didn't even put that on the news in the Gamecast. I'm slipping it into the Moviecast so I don't forget.
I mean, we still have
But,
the DLC, but yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, all right. I think that's it for the Moviecast though. So, stay tuned for the Gamecast coming up. A little fireside chat with Jim and his Baldur's Gate 3 adventures. There's been some fun
How many
developments.
towns did
Talk
you
about
murder
it.
this time? We'll see. Stay tuned.
There's some news. Anyways, thanks for tuning in, everybody. That's going to wrap up the Gamecast. Once again, we are live on Twitch Tuesday night, so please join us. We're on YouTube the following day. Podcast available audio-wise on Spotify and Apple. So feel free to download that stuff. We appreciate you guys. We'll see you soon. Gamecast coming up.